uh, before we jump right into our lesson?
Hey, my birth force is 8, so I'm looking forward to the show.
I absolutely know that, and appreciate you being here. Looks like it's me and you on the Zoom, so there'll be a lot of back and forth. All right.
Okay.
Well, we're going to run on. Thank you for that, Sharon. We're going to run on to it. This is on the 7th with Pifers B Metatron. We're continuing our series into the introduction into mastered self numerology. Today, we are dealing with the number 8. The letters that correspond with the number 8 are H, Q, and Z. And the 8, if there's a first, middle, last name, soul's journey, soul's urges, soul energy, some folks call that destiny, heart, birth force, personality, or if it's anywhere on any of your planes of expression. And when each and every one of us have a personal 8 year, we are known, and they are always known as the kings and queens of being the boss. The 8 is the king and the queen of being the boss. And when you have a 8 personal year, if you don't have an 8 in those prominent positions, and you experience an 8 personal year, you are the boss that year. And every great thing that is supposed to happen to you will happen to you in that. The 8, as far as a keyword or a watchword, the 8 is so bad. It's 2 of them for the 8. The 8 is expansion personified. Bring an 8 around, and whatever is going on is going to be expanded. Whatever you are doing, you're not an 8. And if you invite the 8 to be a part of it, yeah, the 8 gonna blow it up. If you got something little planned, oh yeah, I'm just gonna have a little gathering for me and a couple of friends, and you involve the 8, yeah, the 8 is going to expand it. Okay, so the 1 says, let's have a cookout. The 2 goes out and gathers all the stuff necessary for the cookout. The 3 jumps in the kitchen and makes beautiful artistic thing out of all that the 2 is gathered. The 4 has the house and the tables and the chairs and the plates and dishes and all that. The 5 brings the party favors and their appetite. The 6 come to serve, dutifully serve. They'll serve before, during, and after. The 7 is the police and the preacher. If there's anything spiritual going on, the 7 will bless the meal and then start watching people, see who's stealing stuff. And the 8 comes in and they are running things. The 8 is the host and the hostess doing the most and the mostest. Yeah, the 8 comes and just tells everybody where they're supposed to go, tells everybody what they're supposed to do, and does it in such a big fanfare-ish fashion. You know, it's like the TV camera is following them. The 8 is just, they don't do anything small. And like I said, if you had a little small cookout plan for just you and a couple of your friends, and you invite the 8, or the 8 has anything to do with it, oh, they bring in the posse with them. The 8 is going to let you know that, hey, I saw some people at the store. You know, they was your friends. You went to school with them, so I invited all them over too. And they bring in beer. Yeah, the 8 will take care of all of that. All of that. The 8 will come and expand your little world. Yes, they will. Some of the most beautiful people are 8s, and the 8s are the beautiful ones of the numbers. They are normally very, very appealing, very attractive, regardless of society of beauty. Eights are the beautiful people of the numbers. Um, um, let's get into some of the keywords for the eights. Power. Power is the aphrodisiac of the eight. Nothing turns an eight on more, and nothing keeps their motor running and the juices flowing than power and authority. I could have put those two words together. I separated them, but power and authority are hallmarks of the eight. You bring an eight into any work environment, and I guarantee you, they may start at the bottom. They didn't ask for that bottom job, though. That the eight is not looking to start in the mailroom and end up in the CEO, although they have done that. They're not looking for that. They're looking to jump right into the CEO's office, actually. But the eight will position themselves close to the power and the authority, and then they will put in motion their plan to replace them. That's what the eight is about, running shit. They don't want to be subordinate to nobody. The eight don't want to take orders from nobody. The eight want to direct everything and sit back and direct and then be applauded for their great direction and for the final accomplishment. That's the eight thing. The eights are very efficient. No wasted when they're awakened and operating on the high side. No wasted efforts, no wasted emotions, no wasted physical efforts, no wasted mental. I mean, the eights don't waste shit. They are the kings and queens of recycling. The eights will recycle some shit. And over and over and over and over. A lot of hoarders. I watch this show on A&E sometimes called Hoarders, and a few of the hoarders, they got eight energy. Because the eight ain't throwing nothing away. The eight can find the eight, they're very efficient. They're supervisors. I don't care how old they are, even as little boys and girls. They are little bitty supervisors. They go out and supervise the kids on the playground. They organize the dodgeball game. I mean, the eights they just naturally just boss. I really could have just got rid of all the words and just put one word, boss. It don't matter what age they are. They have tremendous executive ability. I don't care what their educational acumen is. The eight has excellent executive ability. The eight, you could put an eight in any business and it could be foreign to them, and in a couple of days they'll be knowing how to run the whole show. They come with that ability in them. They just know how to make the right and or tough decisions. See, the eights don't play. It's not personal with them. It's business. Yes, Sharon.
This is me so much, but I think the six kind of kept me in check from like being a manager, because
Absolutely.
I always said like I didn't have the heart to like fire someone. So I always say I would have the opportunity to advance and I'd be like, no, that's not for me. And that six is the only reason that kept me from it.
Well, let me explain to you how your six and eight how they work, because your six energy is much more strong. It's dominant. Your six energy is your dominant energy. Your eight energy is what fuels your soul. It's like your daily, that's like your daily energy. That like you wake up on the eight. Like I'm on the sevens, you would do on the eights, because you just wake up and you're ready to go. You just be churning. So your eight energy although it's not subtle, it does allow your 6 energy to just run the show. Because like I said, 6 will just roll over the top of something. And the 6 and 8, this is how the 6 and 8 relate to each other. The 6 looks at the 8 and says, I got to do all the work I'm already doing, and I got to be the star of the show. No, dog, I'm cool. You go ahead and you can star in the show. I'll stay over here and just keep working. That's and you have so little desire to be the star of the show that your 8 energy is almost on like autopilot. It's just humming right there in the background. It's kind of like the transmission fluid in your car. You never know if your transmission fluid is high or low. You just trust that it's always there because it's sealed up. So that your 8 energy, Sharon, because it is your birth force, your soul's energy, it's like your transmission fluid. It's just doing this work and getting no credit, getting no attention, but it's doing all of the work. Yes, go ahead.
This is so on point, because I always said, like, I have what it takes to be a millionaire, and it's just sitting there. Like that potential is just sitting there. Absolutely. But because that 6 has to do what it needs to do, yes. Like I'm always looking, like if I can get in a good position, like if I can work through them, then I can use some of that 8 energy in them. So it's like, wow, that's deep. That's deep.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The 8 is very adept at coming into a banal business situation and being able to assess and direct it in the right way almost immediately, almost from day one. You give an 8 about 12, 16 hours in a new environment, new, banal, stagnant business environment, and they will know what to do by the 3rd day. They'll know what to do, exactly what to cut, what to add, what to expand, what to contract. It's just automatic. They just have it. They have it like that. 8s are always recognized because 8s leave a tremendous and profound impact on any and everyone that they allow in their atmosphere. They have the power of the sun behind them. When you think of 8, think of the sun in the planets, and think of Leo, the sign of Leo, and combine them and then times that by 1,000, and that's an 8. So there are people, 8. You will never forget an 8. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. And you will always know an 8. And some 8s got a way of staying in your head, and you'll be walking down the street and think they're following you, be turning around because they don't play. They don't play. They are the character judges of the numbers. They can, and it's not they don't mean it normally in a flippant way, and they just know, and there's no filter on the 8, because the 8 is bold. So the 8 will just come right out of it. And with the character judgment and judgments in general, some of the most judgmental folks on the planet are 8s, because they operate from a plane of expression. They're always on the go. They always got their hands into something. They always either building something, revising it, or starting something new. They are always about a forward momentum and growth and expansion. So when everybody else when they realize that they're unique and everybody else don't think like that, they are real judgmental, man. And they have you think the 7 is bad about having no patience for the feelings of others. The 8 just really, look, 7 meters up to here, the 8 is up to the top of the head. They can't take it at all. If you're just failing have a boss that's an 8 and you just fail like 3 or 4 days in a row. Your boss that's an 8 won't call you in and give you a warning. They just be like, you're done. You're done. They'd be wanting to fire you after the first time that you did something. So the 8s can be some of the most judgmental, and a lot of their judgments really serve them in a good way, because everybody with 8s in those prominent positions, for every 8 that you have in your chart, you have 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 internal private investigators that work for you in your behalf. Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, I was about to object, but I take it back, because I think that 6 energy would probably stop me from just firing. But if it was more 8 in my chart, because I'm very judgmental. I don't always say it.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
I am assessing. I am very guilty.
Always.
And I'm very intolerant of just like laziness.
And ineptitude. We done trained you 2 weeks and you still can't do the job. Yeah. Just go home. Just go. Just don't even come no more. Why'd you even show up? Yeah, I know. I get it. That's because 8s are ultra super organized, man. You go into 8's house and you know how you go to the mall and they have that big sign that has a list that shows you where everything is? Yeah, the 8 got one of them in their house. Okay, maybe not one of them, but I guarantee you somewhere, either in a drawer or on a computer file, they got the layout of their house and where all their shit is at.
I swear, I'm sorry, I had to interrupt them.
Go ahead.
Oh my. It's like I have a list of like where everything at, and it's color coded, so it's like it's never anything out of place. I know where everything at, and if something is out of place, I am like
freaked out. It freaks you out. Look,
yeah, it freaks me out. Like I have to get organized.
Yeah, stop the show, stop the party.
Wow.
Look, yeah.
I really have a list of my whole like.
I know. Especially, it's your soul's urge. That's your daily operating vibe. That's how you walk through the world as an 8. You walk
that's
through the world.
That's such a weird thing, though, for you to say that. That's so odd, and I have that.
Yeah, you walk through the world as an 8, but what everyone sees is the 6. They don't see the 8 until they get past the wall of the 6 got a wall up. The 6, nope, I'm whistling while I work, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna keep going like that. That's what they see. They see that vernacular. They see the strong, because 6 is your soul's journey. Your journey is a 6. So that's what they see. But that 8 is always there humming along and saying, girl, if you ever need me, just let me know. Always there. Ultra super organized. I mean everything, your underwear drawer, your cabinets, the stuff in the trunk of your car, everything at your desk. If you was at an office, your little space, even you at the office, you'll clean out the supply cabinet because it get too cluttered. Yeah, you just
Hold on, one more thing. I also have that same list on people. So everybody that's close to me that I care about, like I have a little list of them. So I know what they like, their favorite colors. Like all that stuff is so weird. I've never heard anybody say anything about that with me.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. 8s are normally very aware and or involved in all of the worldly affairs. All the biggest shit that's going on, 8s are involved in it. The Academy Awards and music festival. Yeah, 8s is always around wherever there's a big ass crowd and glamour and lights and camera And celebrities, yeah, eights are right in the mix with that. They don't like menial jobs. They don't like, they're not related to manual labor like I'm not. However, they pack tremendous strength and can do strenuous action. I mean, could dig 5-6 ditches in a day. They don't like it. And they will quickly, especially if they in the ditch and then a foreman is up top telling them what to do, they will quickly switch that situation. But they have tremendous strength on all planes: mental, physical, emotional, interpersonal, intellectual, spiritual. They have tremendous strength, and they can withstand a lot. They can just, they are that Energizer bunny where they just keep going and going and going and going. You tell an 8 to sit down and relax and get some rest, and that's like cussing at an 8. 8 to be like, I heard an 8 tell me once, I sleep when I die. I rest when I die. They just keep going. They and they hold their youthful exuberance and youthful looks well into 50s, 60s, 70s, sometimes 80s. How they looked at like 22, that's how they're gonna look till they about 80. Depending upon, health and diet and all of that. They're very capable people. Nothing weak, nothing timid, nothing shirking, no questions. The 8 is the one like, yeah, I can do it, even if they didn't even know what's going on. Yep, I can do it. Yep. Just show me what to do. You show an 8 how to do something once, and then you got to get out the way, because then 8 is the number that you give them instruction and show them how to do it, and then you can leave them alone. They'll accomplish that shit. And whatever else they see that you didn't tell them to do, they'll do all that shit too, and then come back. You tell them they got an hour, they be back in like 20 minutes. Like, you got something else? And like, it ain't even nothing. Like, they ain't even sweat. 8s really promote and get behind the cause. 8s are the ones who push causes. 8s are the ones who rally folks together. 8s attract folks to the cause. When they are in a money only pursuit, they give away their power, and then they strain to attain. It's a strain. Now, notice I didn't say that they end up on their ass and flat broke. If an 8 is flat broke, it's only because he want to be. Because an 8 can snap his fingers and pull money out of where. Just bing. Just when an 8 wants some money, they think about it, and boom, there it comes. They're a money magnet. So if you find an 8 that's dead broke, it's because they want to be, because they done checked out. 8s got too much energy. The two circles, they're interconnected, and they refuel and energize each other. It just never stops. They just keep going. Like I said, that Energizer bunny, they just keep going and going and going. And when they do finally get tired, they may sleep 12, 16 hours straight. Just bam. When they finally do, just fall out. Bam. You might not hear from, they done worked 99 hours this week, and Friday night they tell you, hey, well, yeah, I'm gonna lay it down. I'll talk to you later. You might not hear from them again until Sunday night, Monday morning. And most of that time they be asleep. Yeah. Sometimes they do too much overaction, and most times, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, they're dramatic. There's always drama around the 8. The 8 is like, wait, whoa, I done brought in all this. They come in anywhere like a fury, like a tornado. There's nothing subtle. There's nothing subtle, especially when they make an interest. Everybody know the 8 then came in the house. Everybody. because they make a grand entrance. Everything is pomp and circumstance. It's a big show. They love the big show. They love the drama. There's tension that builds up in the 8 because they figure out that they can't count on people to have the same industry and drive that they have, and they, however, they know they need other folks to realize some of their dreams, and they get tense when the dream don't manifest as fast as the 8. See, the 8 can instantly manifest some shit. I mean, instant. No, there's no lag, no time lapse. When they have to work with someone else, there's a time lapse. And yeah, that brings up tension for the 8, because the 8 is like, why ain't this shit happening? Because normally when I want something, it's just like bam, bam. 8s are very, very ambitious. I mean, there is nothing that the 8 can't expand and endeavorize, commercialize it, nothing. The 8 start being an entrepreneur when they little kids, little boys, little girls. They sell ice cream, do sewing, tutoring, something. They do something before they 10, 12 years old. That's how it starts. And they just keep going and going and going and going. They never lack for another new thing. They never lack for that. Ever. They always got energy to try the next thing, because for the 8, the next thing is always going to be the one. This is the one that's going to set me up. This is it. This is it. And they don't realize that they done ran through about 4 or 5 the ones, because they just churn and churn and churn. And 8s need challenge. The 8s need a challenge every now and again, or they just be like, been here, done this. Okay, this is getting old. The 8 loves the display. Like I said, everything's a show. When they are in low level vibration or have any type of personal esteem issues, they are the repressors of the bunch. They will repress you. Like I said, you got a 8 that's a boss, that you on the wrong side of them, they'll fire you quick. Yeah, they'll hold you back. They'll sabotage your work. Yeah, when there's some personal esteem issue with the 8, they get really, really repressive. They also, when you just take an 8 and their expansive abilities for granted, then they're going to demand recognition. And when the 8 gets to the point where they demand recognition, you would better hope that it's just you and them in the environment. Because if not, if you're like at work, then the 8 is going to let everybody on the floor know, everybody on the plant can hear it, everybody in the office is going to hear it. And yeah, they're going to demand their recognition, because the 8 does a lot. The 8 is no poo butt. The 8 deserves all the recognition that they seek, because they do a lot. So if there's an 8 being taken for granted, yeah, the 8 is going to speak up, and a lot of times in some not so nice terms, because the 8 really don't have a filter, because male or female, 8 ain't afraid of nothing. 8 woman will fight a dude. What? She'd be like, what? She would stand right up in his face and be like, what? And go toe to toe with him, and we'll talk. 8 woman that won't let somebody just say something to him at a job or on the bus or in the store. No. The 8 is not truly humanitarian. And what I mean by that is, it's not a natural thing for the 8 to give away anything. The 8 is like, go earn this shit for yourself. I did. What? I want to look, even if I don't ever do nothing with it, it's mine. Go earn yours. However, the 8s are always in prominent leadership positions of every humanitarian organization or cause, because the 8 bring the recognition, the 8 bring the people, the 8 brings the money, the 8 brings all of that. But the 8 really, the 8 not doing it for humanitarian reasons. The 8 is doing it because that's what they do. The 8s make money. 7s teach, 8s earn. 8s attract money. They can't help it. It's just the best personal day of every month. You got 2 of them. A lot of times you have 2, sometimes 3. Is an 8 day. 8. They just do. And when 8s can be some of the cruelest criminals and crooks and con men, especially if they're serving their own self-interest. Because like I said, then it's all about the accumulation of wealth and who could, and they're ruthless about it. They'll crush your little ass. They'll buy your little ass and crush you and not even think nothing about it. Be like, la da da. 8 suffer from money issues. Now, remember, I told you that they attract anything that they want as far as money. Anytime they want it, they could just do like Samantha on Bewitched, bling, and this should be in the mailbox or in their bank account, or they'll find it in a drawer somewhere, or it'll fall out the sun visor in the car, or they look in the little cubby hole of the car. Oh, there's $500. I didn't even know I had that. Yeah. But they do suffer from money issues, and money issues like this. No matter how much they have, it's never enough. If they got $1 million, they want 10 million. If they're lower level, on the lower level of the totem pole, if they got $10, they want 1,000. They're not satisfied till they get to that 1,000. So they have money issues, but the issues with money is never a lack. It's always with balancing their current lifestyle with their astronomical need. 8s think they need $3 trillion to retire on. You talk to an 8 and you ask them, hey, how much you got in your portfolio? They say, oh, well, I only got 4 million, man, and that's kind of low. I need to like triple that. Like, dude, like, really? 4 million? I got $4 in my retirement account. You got 4 million and you're worried. Yeah, the biggest nightmare of the 8 is running out of money and still got life left. That's the nightmare. That's the reoccurring nightmare dream of the 8. 8s can be very impatient. And again, because they feel like everybody ought to have the same drive and industry and determination and stick-to-itiveness that the 8 does. And when they see somebody that doesn't, they just really don't have no patience for that. Like, when you get on the wrong side of the 8, and most of us have been, you will remember that they were very forceful, demanding, and rude. Very, very rude. Sometimes they can get illusional/delusional. But that's very rare. Normally the 8s are grounded and feet firmly planted on the ground. Very rarely can they get illusional or delusional. Most of the time, all they thinking about is work and making more money. They ain't got time for too much of nothing else than that. They can't be demanding of others, but that's an 8 trait. And they could be on some level, range or aspiration, power hungry, or seeking power. They're always, like I said, they know they're supposed to be the boss. They're born boss. They're born bossy, and they are always executing their plan. They're not scheming and conniving. They're just executing their plan to get in the seat of authority. They operate the best in the seat of authority. The best leaders we have are eights. Any questions? Any comments on the keywords?
I have a comment.
Yes.
I guess I really need to explore the part where you were talking about the money issues part, because I'm at a new job now and I make double what I was making before. And I was just like this ain't enough. And I'm like, when you said that, I'm like, wow, that's really deep that I feel that way. So I really have to like look at myself and check that, because wow, that's deep. So I'm thank you for bringing that up. I need to check that in myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for stepping out and going through the painful part of owning that and knowing that about yourself. That's the beginning of your ascension up and out and away from it. So we will definitely work through that and talk you through that and give you some tools to assist you in that. All right, the power colors for the 8: tan, canary yellow, big bird yellow, sunflower yellow, bronze, buff, opal, ivory, any soft, shimmering, shimmerless white, off whites, really power colors for the 8. Most of the time you'll see 8s in reds and blues and emeralds, and those colors are very good for the 8s, but those colors actually dull the power and the natural authority of the 8. They do that to calm themselves down because, like I said, they're just a ball of energy. So these colors, the tans and the canaries and the bronzes and the buff and the opal, they kind of absorb that energy for the 8 and allows them to ground themselves a little bit more and to focus all that energy into 1, 2, or maybe at the most 3 directions, instead of spreading themselves so ultra thin sometimes that it just seems like they're spinning around in a circle. Do you have any of these colors in your wardrobe, Sharon?
I do. I have tans and
Absolutely.
the pearl colors and
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Those are very calming and very empowering colors for you, even if you don't want to wear them outwardly. Any of your undergarments, get these colors for your undergarments, and they really power you because then they're right next to your skin. Really powerful. The spiritual code for the 8. The 8 is an extrovert number. The 8 loves the crowd, loves the show, loves the party. The bigger, the better. Their divine inheritance. The 8 is divinely aware of everything. There's nothing goes on in the environment, in the experience, that the 8 isn't already aware of. They may not see the every jot and tittle of everything, but they are aware and they stay aware of everything. The 8's divine inheritance is they are the realizers of the dreams of creation that the other numbers do. 8's put all of those dreams that all the other numbers have, even the dreams of the 3, even the creations of the 3, the 8 realizes them. The 8 puts realness to all of the dreams of the rest of us. The 8s are the divine authority. That's why they can sit and judge 8 is a masculine and feminine number together. Eights came to guide and direct humanity. So don't get mad at the 8. Don't get mad if you got a young buck in your company and they're an 8 and they 15 years younger than you. How dare them bring this young dude in here to run everything? Well, he came to guide and direct humanity. 8s just come to do that. And lastly, for the spiritual code, the 8 is the divine manifester. You want something brought out from the cosmos into 3D, get an 8 involved, and they will make that shit happen. Any questions? Any comments? All right. We're gonna go
some
to
of that 8. I would like
Go
to
ahead.
have some of that 8.
I'll
don't
have to
think I
take
have.
another look in your numbers, Jolene, and we can see. I don't have any 8
Yeah, I don't
energy
think
in
I
my
have
number
8.
charts at all. I
The
have
8s
none of it.
probably would be mad at me now because I've been in bed all day. I haven't cooked. I haven't cleaned. I took a shower. I'm just relaxing. I'm tired, and I don't want to do anything right now.
Absolutely. It's all good. You good. All right, expansion. How the 8 expands. The 8 expands when they are awakened and developed. A lot of 8s closed-minded because they've been so successful, and like I said, they got them 3 internal investigators that work with them, work for them from birth. They get fixed and they get closed-minded, and they do things the way they do them, and they go where they go because the shit works. Most everything that the 8 does, it works. So they close their mind off to new age stuff and all of this because they really, they're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're the king and queens of my way is working, so I don't even need that other stuff. So, but they expand when they awaken to the new, when they develop spiritual practices. Not going to say that they're not spiritual. However, they like the show of spirituality, not the nuts and bolts. Not to say that there are some very spiritual 8s. There are, but for the most part, it's the show, it's the pomp and circumstance. The 8 is waiting for the clouds to split and the Messiah to come down in a hologram. That's what the 8 is waiting on. The 8 wants to see the show, the fanfare. They expand when they're not just chasing money. When they stop anything that's just for the pursuit of money, they immediately expand. And what I mean by that is the 8 needs to understand that they don't have to chase money. Money chases them. Money
I want to
chases.
be an 8.
Money chases the 8. We are who we are. We are who
I
we are.
want to be an 8.
We are who we are. We are who we are. I'm grateful for my 3 and 7. And I know.
Yeah, I admire the 7. So
I know the toil. I know the responsibility of the 8. I'm cool being the 7. No, dog, you can be the boss and have all that fanfare. I'll run shit. You can take the credit. Go ahead. I don't want to be in the spotlight like that. I don't want to be in front and center like that. I don't want to put my neck on the line for nobody.
The only part I like is money chase the 8. That's what I want to be an 8. I want the money to chase.
You know why? You know why that is? Because your middle name is Lynn. That's a 202. That's financial hardship. So yeah, Lynn would love for money to chase her.
Yeah,
but Lynn just bleeds it out. Lynn is like a slot machine, but only on the giving out, not on taking in. Yeah, we'll talk about Joe and Lynn, how they work at cross purposes to one another. We'll talk about that offline.
Okay.
Jolene. Yes, Sharon. Unmute yourself.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You said something twice that I don't understand. You said they have their 3 investigators with them from birth. Now I know what that means in my life, but when you say that, what do you mean?
You know how some of us got regular intuition or sixth sense? Yeah, the 8 got 3 private investigators, like sixth sense, like intuition. You got it, they got it in 3s. For every 8 in your chart, there are 3 bad witches. Whoever your spirit guide is 3 of them. It ain't just one.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Like my intuition just be crazy.
Boom.
And then the investigation part, like whatever. Okay, so this is how I have it set up. My intuition is on point, but however, I want to see what I want to see, and so I will ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have to have the mental part kick in. So I actually investigate. Like I found so many, because I was in a relationship where the guy ended up being married. Now my intuition was telling me something wrong. Like I walked into the house and he said he had a daughter there, and daughter with 4 children. And then I looked at the front door and it was like some stilettos at the front door. And I'm like, why would a woman with 4 children be walking around with stilettos? So it just kept going on like that. But then when I did my investigation, it kind of just like brought it on home. So yeah, like it's really,
and
yeah.
And you don't have to really physically do nothing. Your internal private investigators will just have you walk right in. You don't even have to be looking for the shit. Your investigators have you turn the corner just at the right time to see what you need to see. You wasn't even intending even to look on that. I'm so glad my good friend Desiree here. This shows all about you. There's a bunch of 8 energy about you. I just knew you was gonna make it.
You missed it, girl. You missed
it. You missed most of it, but yeah. When I was putting this together, I was thinking, man, I need to reach out to Desiree and tell her to be on the show today, because this is about the number 8.
I've been listening on Facebook. I've been listening to y'all.
Oh, okay. Because Desiree, you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 or 5 8 in strong places all in your chart. So she got 15 private investigators working for her. She ain't never got to go look for nothing. Whatever is going on, all she got to do is sit back and think, I wonder if my man is boop. She gonna find out. Her investigators gonna reveal that shit.
And really so like does. One of my sayings is that truth always comes to light. Like I don't have to do nothing. It's just gonna come right in my lap.
Right to your face. They'll drive up and knock on your door and say, hey girl, I'm the truth. Here I am. Absolutely.
I can tell y'all a quick funny story that just happened to me about an hour ago.
Okay, go ahead.
I was talking to this guy linked up on me off LinkedIn. He saw my profile and was like, oh, you a coach and you do this and that. And he was intrigued. So he reached out. So he was like, we would love to link up with you. We have a financial business that also does coaching and finances. And we'd like to see if you're a good fit. As I'm talking on the phone to him, my face was accidentally hitting my keypad, which I didn't even know was up. When I get off the phone with him, my face hit 888. Right, I got off the phone with him. So I was looking, I started laughing. I said, okay, Spirit, I hear you. I feel you. I said, that's a financial move. So it's something I need to really pay attention to and take account of. Absolutely. And bring it into my reality. So I started busted up laughing and told him, I said, you know what? I just made up my mind. I will meet with y'all to understand more about your financial business and the coaching and how I fit into y'all system.
Absolutely. That's some look. And the way the whole thing happened is some 8 shit right there. Linked up on LinkedIn, sent you something, they call you, you probably doing some other shit while you was listening to them on the phone.
Yes, I was like, okay.
That's why your phone was like, hey, pay attention to this. Look, your phone was like, hey, this is money. Pay attention to it. Yeah, you missed the part where I said that the 8 should never even worry about money. Money follows you. Money chases you.
No,
If
remember
the
I
8
told
is
you I didn't miss it. I've been listening for like the last 30 minutes on Facebook.
yeah, the money, it chases you. The 8s expand when they're operating with balance, balanced with moral integrity. Most every 8 I've ever dealt with, I love them 8s. 8s and 7s, we get along great because 8s got a bunch of shit going on, and the 7 can come and put order and put that shit into motion. And the most of the 8s I ever dealt with, they're some of the most honest, integritous people I've ever been around. Long as the 8 is morally integritous, boom, the universe is theirs. I mean, just everything just opens up to them. They expand when they're spiritually driven. They expand when fueled by a real purpose. And again, 8s, because they attract money and the money chases them, sometimes they just get in something just to make the money. And that's a great reason for 8. That they don't need another reason other than I'm gonna make this money. But when they're fueled by a real purpose, they expand. When they serve the community in any capacity, the 8s expand, because again, the 8 has the thought process of, I went to work and got all this shit. What's wrong with you, cuz? What's wrong? What? But when they serve the community, when they get away from that and serve the community, 8s expand. When they are leading a worthy cause, 8s didn't come to take the back seat to nobody. 8s did not come to be just one of the members on the team. The 8 is the one that's up front and then leading the charge. Oh, yeah. So when they're leading a worthy cause, and a worthy cause when it's something that touches them other than in their pocket, when they're into something because of their heart and it's worthy to them, they expand. Again, when money isn't the end game, and when they allow others to be themselves without judgment. That's how the 8s expand. Any questions? All right, we're gonna run to the life's work and the purpose. I don't have enough paper nor enough ink to write out each and every one of the 8 life's work or purpose, because literally the 8 is purposed, or it can have a life's work in literally anything under the sun. They just know what to do. They come equipped with, like I said, they need very little training. Got at the gas station I go to, the other day they hired a young sister girl, name is Carla, 17-8, and they was explaining to her about the cash register, and she just hit him with the hip and said, I got this, I know how to work this. Normally they said take 5 days to let them do the shift by themselves. This was Thursday. This morning I went to get gas. Carla with a K was in there running shit by herself.
I get that happen to me all the time. When you were talking earlier about, the 8s, you give them instruction, they'll go do it. I'm the one to tell you, I don't need your instructions. I just need you to move.
Get out the way.
Got this.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran 110 crew, 10-person crew in construction as the only Black woman in construction in Las Vegas, with mostly Hispanic and white crews. And I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, but it just automatically it's like a download.
Instant download.
All the time. And it just comes to you exactly when you need it. And you just move. As long as you listen and do what you're hearing, and you understand which voice is your spiritual voice, everything will fall into place.
Fall right into place. Y'all, you 8s got Google in your damn head. Yes. Yeah. Y'all Google shit. Yeah, you could Google, yeah, and you get a picture. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's like a download, just like she said. I've never heard it expressed that way. It's just like bloop, 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 bloop. And we be doing stuff we have no earthly idea how to do, but it's just beautiful in the end.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep.
I think my daughter is an 8 because she doesn't have to study. She doesn't have to think. It's just the military test. She got a 99,999 for all these tests. Me, I would have to study my ass off. But for my daughter, she says, Mom, it's just common sense. It's just like, I mean, I have no idea where the girl comes from. I know she's my kid, but the way I think she's an 8. I really do.
So
and it does work like that, especially when they're in school. I remember I went to college. It would be like the 11th hour, and I was like, okay, let me write this paper. Let me go study because I need to do it. But if I had an exam or a quiz that next day, I would pretty much get an A on it. I actually graduated with high honors, and I really didn't do like a lot of studying, but I graduated with high honors on the dean's list. Just, last minute, I'm like, okay, I got this. And it just pops into my head. It's just there. It's just that download. You got it. You just do it.
Y'all walk around with Google.
Yeah, my brother. Oh my God. He could be drunk. That man could be drunk and passes all his whatever tests that he got to test to maintain his job. He could
Alcohol
be drunk.
Alcohol don't mean nothing to the 8.
Yeah,
alcohol.
It's like, my God.
The 8 is always on. The 8 is always on. Always on. One of them investigators that the 8 got will take all the alcohol. The other 2 be like, no, we're good. Yeah, there'd be one of them be drunk, but the other 2 will still be on duty, man. Yeah, no, the 8 don't play.
Yeah, I think my daughter, definitely. I'm gonna call her and let her know. She's an 8.
So life's work, industry, institution, or organization in a leadership and or management position is good for the 8. Any type of supervisor, director, controller, manager, foreman, any of those across any line of endeavor. There's literally nothing that the 8 cannot within 3 shifts, 24-hour working hours. They will know the whole operation, upwards and backwards, and they can run the whole thing. Anytime they come in to revive a rundown, stagnant, stale business, or if the business done filed bankruptcy and it's a reorganization, and you bring the 8 in, that's any business. It don't matter across any type of business. Governmental affairs, civics, and political management. Again, when I'm talking about the 8, I'm not talking about the file clerks. Yeah, y'all ain't the file clerk. Y'all is the manager and the director and the county supervisor, and you ain't just the supervisor of the office. You the whole regional director, and anything that deals with statistics and research, because as the 8, like I said, y'all got Google in your brain, and your brain processes shit like Microsoft Excel. Like everything got its own cell, and it can fit, and y'all know the whole spreadsheet, not just one part of it. You can see the whole spreadsheet. Engineering, civic, facilities, building, computer engineering, telecom engineering, any massive global type of engineering project. That's what the 8 normally gets into. Real estate, I'm talking high end, I'm talking whole subdivisions. I'm not just talking about they're gonna rent you an apartment, a low income apartment. I'm talking about developing whole subdivisions. And not only will the 8 be able to develop the real estate, they'll work out the loan and the trust issues, and they will manage your property for you. The 8 is amazing. And anything dealing with real estate, that's what the 8 is. That's what the 8 came for. Real estate is always the eight's life work. Anything dealing with real estate, buying, selling, managing loans, trusts, mortgages, and normally they are the high end sellers. Literary work, printing, publishing, newspapers, magazines, digital print, digital stories, anything literary. The eight is not the literary agent. The eight owns the literary agency. The eight has 1,000 customers. Not the eight have literary agents working for them. Yeah, that's the eight. Yeah, a reporter slash educator, teacher, along the lines of drama and or romance. Other than that, the eight don't really have time for, hi, this is Desiree Williams talking to you about Hurricane Ida. No, you ain't got no time for that. If it's got something to do with drama or dramatics and romance, a hell of a reporter, a hell of an investigator, and a hell of an educator in the emotional and the romance and love areas. Can make a hell of a lot of money in that. Advice for the lovelorn, that's an 8. Yeah, you can sit at home and do all of that. Any part of the transportation and travel industry, especially when it's dealing with shipping and receiving of commodities, of precious jewels, anything when it's transporting and traveling, travel agencies, luxury cruises, luxury getaways, resorts, and you name it all. I live in Las Vegas. You can drive down the strip and see which buildings were built by the 3 and which ones was built by the 8. Because the 3, it looks kind of good, but the window might be off and all that. The 8 shit is immaculate. It's like the Taj Mahal. I mean, the 8, the car will park itself. That's how bad the 8 is. You don't even need a valet. You just pull up. Yeah. Anything on the transportation, travel, any of the intelligence services, FBI, CIA, Secret Service, any of those things, as a director, not in the field. The 8 don't want to get in the field. 8 not trying to get shot. 8 ain't doing none of that. But the director, the boss, the strategist, you the one that's sending everybody else out. Yes, Desiree. Unmute yourself.
I know I was trying to hit the button. My finger went the other direction, but I can say this, and you are like dead right. And this is one thing with the 8s. If there's any other 8s on here, make sure you focus at one thing, because we are so good at so many things. We will actually be just all over the place. And then we don't get things done, and it will frustrate us so bad because we're not understanding that our focus is in too many places to be successful, which we actually can hurt ourselves and go against ourselves versus helping ourselves. But Absolutely. We definitely know what we like and what we do not like, and we're not getting ready to mess with nothing we don't like. We don't care what you say.
Nope.
But we're very adamant about what we like, what we don't like. We just got to make sure we have control.
Absolutely. Yes, Sharon, you want to add it?
Oh, I just said preach to her. That's all.
Yes. No, she is on it. Some of the most impartial and fairest judges are 8s. 8s make excellent court judges of the court, arbitration judges, any of those, anywhere where two sides can't come together, or if one is wrong, the other, or wherever there is a judgment that has to be made and has to be arbitrary and fair, put an 8 in there, because the 8 don't give a shit about either one of y'all. It is, and the 8 is going to go along with what the law or what the rules have in place. Heads of nursing homes, nursing in the hospital, heads of physicians, and heads of any and all types of health and health-related institutions. something that the 8 is really a good life's work for them. Sports, games of pleasure, again, hotels, luxury hotels and summer resorts. And for the sports, as an athlete, the 8s are some of the best athletes that we've had, and in sports management and sports marketing. And lastly, and this is going to make all the 8s on here laugh, any and all money-making endeavors. If you can make money at it, put the 8 is, that's an 8's work. If you can make money, if you can make money selling somebody's exhaled air, the 8 is for that. The 8 is going to be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Any questions, any comments?
I just want to say that this was so on point for me, especially like as a little girl. I was probably about 10 selling jewelry, and I don't know who would actually buy from me, but they did. And
Absolutely.
I was just moving on up.
Absolutely. 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 Yes, Desiree, you had something?
No, I didn't. No, I'm
okay.
good.
Okay. Lastly, we're going to run on to interpersonal. The 8, in spite of their outer appearance of I got it all together and I don't need shit and I don't need you, the 8 needs love and attention to soften it. Because if not, the 8 just keep going and going, and you build up a callus on yourself because you just do everything for yourself. You handle it all by yourself. And so you get calloused to the love. So the 8 needs love and attention. Always busy. So even when they are married, partnered up in a relationship, that still don't one monkey don't stop no show for the 8. The 8 ain't that you're coming in to be part of their experience. Yeah, the 8 still gonna keep doing what they did yesterday before they met you. They're gonna do tomorrow after they meet you. They're not stopping. And because they are always busy, interpersonally, the 8 does spread themselves too thin. They literally, because they can do everything. Ain't nothing that the 8 can't do. Some things aren't for the 8 to do right now. But the 8 don't hear the right now part. The 8 is like, yep, I can do that. 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 And with that abundance of energy that the 8s always have, y'all hardly ever get tired. You hardly ever get tired. So yeah, the 8 can spread themselves a little too thin. Ace is bossy and inflexible, especially in a relationship, especially if the partner is not carrying their weight. Oh yeah. That you don't want to be not carrying your weight in a relationship with an 8. You just don't. It can get real.
That's where my daughter is right now, and I'm telling her she I don't know why she wants to be. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I don't understand. I think she does it. I don't have the tolerance. That would have been done already, but for her, it's a different. It's like a slow conversation that's seeming lasting forever to get rid of him, but she's not ready for that.
8s cannot seem to relax. They have to be forced to relax because 8s believe that anything that is not making dollars, it don't make sense. It doesn't. 8, you want to have a Netflix and chill night? You better make sure the 8 got all the money they want. Better make sure that they're not thinking about business. Because Netflix and chill, you might get one day a month with an 8 with that, maybe, and they're gonna be on their phone and they're gonna be on their email. Yeah, they're gonna be handling business.
Yeah, not while I'm on my grind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, while you Netflixing and chilling.
No time. No.
Yeah. Ain't no Netflix and chill. Yeah. You might get Netflix and I'll check my phone at the end of every episode.
If I'm good, I got time for it. But if I need to be on my grind,
Yeah.
no, like
Yeah, you can forget it. Oh, no. If an 8 need to be on their ground, ain't no Netflix and chill. What? You might get cussed out if you suggest it. Just hate to be looking at you like, boy, don't you know what? The 8s, you got not to say you're not thinkers and all that, but y'all don't be sitting and be pondering shit. Y'all get up and make that shit happen. What you just don't sit around and wait. You guys make it happen. Very strong personality, very strong likes, strong dislikes, strong in your beliefs, and not gonna be budged. Not gonna be budged. You have to budge yourself, not the other way around. Doctor come in and telling you what you got to do. Y'all be looking at the doctor like, I ain't got to do nothing. I'm gonna take that under advisement though, and then you'll go back to the house. And then you'll start to look at it. And the 8, the only way you'll do it is once you convince yourself that you came up with that and not the doctor. You ain't doing this because the doctor said, I was going to do this shit anyway. Yeah, I was been thinking about it. I was going to do it anyway. Yeah, you ain't doing it because it just ain't happening. 8 is a very, 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 very good companion. Very, very, very good companion. They are the ultimate people mixer. 8s love, 8 will go into a crowd and it'll be a crowd of people. They don't know none of them. And by the time the 8 leave, the 8 will know 10 people. They will have sit down and stopped and talked and got the card and phone number and 10 people. And then the 8 will be, when you're leaving, the 8 will be turning back, talking about, wait, I wanted to talk to, you just go get the car. Meet me right here. Come pick me up. There's 2 more people that's coming out I need to talk to. In a crowd that before you didn't even know nobody. And you will be the center of attention. Whatever is going on, the crowd will stop. And wherever the 8 is, everybody be focused in on the 8. Because you guys are the classic people mixer. And no matter what, y'all always look like you know what the fuck you're doing. Always. No matter what it is. 8 does everything big. Y'all is the king and queens of go big or stay your ass at home. Yeah, if it ain't gonna be big, well, don't invite me. Yeah, y'all don't do nothing little. Y'all enjoy the accomplishment. You enjoy and you guys know how to reward yourself for a job well done. And a job well done ain't no Happy Meal. Yeah, you want Roof Chris. What? Yeah, all a la carte. Yes. And I'm taking something to go too. Yes. Yeah, you guys do everything big. Whether it be good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, whether you upset or not, y'all are blunt. You don't have a filter. You're blunt. You say what you mean what you say, and you don't be like, I'm sorry, not sorry. You guys are the king of sorry, not sorry. Yeah. You guys are blunt. And when you have to clap somebody's cheeks back, it's very severe. Y'all don't sort of kind of cuss somebody out. Y'all cuss them out for real. Where they be so brought down that when they see you coming, they go to the other side of the room. They don't even want to fool with your ass for a while. It take a while to get over after y'all done clapped them back. Really, really blunt. You really, really blunt. And then in love and in marriage, y'all can be too busy for sentiment, smooching, and love making. Yeah, Sharon, go ahead.
I just want to go back to the part about us being blunt.
Yeah.
It's that, and we also prefer it when people are direct with us. I think it's the sexiest thing when you are direct and not like just come out and just say
it, dog.
You need to say, and I will respect you more.
Yeah.
And I'm that way, and I have to really like work with my tact because I'm very direct. And so, that's me.
Yeah. Yes, Desiree.
Yeah, I'm like Sharon. I'm like, the way I was thinking how we are with business, we know we like, know we don't like. We also know who we like and who we don't like. And it don't take a whole conversation to get there. When we feeling like we don't want to talk to you, we're not feeling your vibe, we'll go a different direction.
Deuces. Yeah, y'all bounce, rock, skate, roll.
We do. But one thing about the eights, and I don't know if Sharon feels like this, but if we get focused on the relationship, because we know who we like and who we don't like, we really like you, whether we, if it's a good relationship or bad, if we like you genuinely up front, we actually will go all out for that person. We got to make sure that building of that person is so pristine. And if it gets to the point to where I keep trying with you, like you said, when you done, it's a wrap. It ain't okay, I'm gonna go back the second time. The eights don't go back to a second relationship. They don't go back and forth. When they made that decision, that's what it is.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
I agree, Desiree.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's it. That's all. And then lastly, and we've all of us have touched on this before, but I put this down lastly. Eights, y'all tell it like it absolutely is. No ups, no extras, straight, no chaser. Y'all is whoever come up with that that meme, keep 100. Always tell it like it absolutely. Yes, Desiree, go ahead.
The funny part about telling it like it is, that's only because usually we already been in our head about the situation for a while. So when we get to the point where we really just tell you like it is, it's because we're so solid in our decision at that time, is because we already went back and forth, that we already had that what do you call that judge and jury with our subconscious and conscious of what is actually there and what needs to be there, what's not in alignment with who we are. And we just say, you know what? Okay, it's time to make that decision. And we actually make an educated decision. We make an educated decision talking individually, because it's not just an eight. It's like we have multiple people in our head. You're our subconscious consciousness, and you have your awareness of body of what you're feeling. And we feel it before it happens. So we already been there. And most people don't understand that. They're like, okay, well, you just now said no. No, we said no like 15 times. We just now actually verbally saying it to you because I'm over it.
Right. Absolutely.
Preach.
I just wanted to say it like that, because for people who are on the call who are not at 8 and they like, I want to be that, because I did hear that earlier, I'm going to just break it down for you so you can understand why we're like we are. So you'd have to understand the characteristics of an 8 if that's what you want to be. So I want to help them get there. So that's why I broke it down like that.
I think I raised an 8. And let me tell you why. When she was under 10 years old, we bought that computer with the big components and with the directions, instructions. And when she was 8, she said, Mom, can I put it together? So I just made sure the electrical was safe, and she did. And every time something came up technical, she did it. So by the time she got to the explanation of how she did it, she was already there. And so now she's 32 and she's the same technical way. She don't have to start again because she already did it, and she'll explain it fresh. So I believe that my daughter's I can go back and how she was raised and where her learning development, where she has 2 masters because she's so technical like that. It doesn't take long for her to get it. It doesn't take her long to one explanation. She's just so amazing. So now I am proud that I have an 8. And now I understand it.
Comments.
This was awesome. Again.
Well, thank you.
This is awesome.
I'm thankful and grateful for all of y'all. Y'all make it awesome. I really appreciate everybody coming. This has been On the Sevens with Pfeiffer's Beat Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We talk about the 88 steps into your mastered self, and somewhere your mastered self awaits you. So grateful and thankful for each one of you guys, and I love you guys all Tuesday. Goodbye for now.
Good night,
Bye.
all.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good
Bye.
night.